The moment that I came across this article, I was giddy with excitement, and you'll know why. It's called 18 Things That You Can Tell About a Man from the Way He Eats. I think we all know that this is going to be good and grounded in scientific fact. I'm not going to read all of them, I'm just going to read my favourite ones, and number 5 is up there. Number 5 is, if you're on a date with a man who prods at his food with his fork, there's a small chance that he's an emotional wreck. Fresh from a breakup, prodding repeatedly to kill the pain. Die, emotional pain, die! This one's incredible. This one, number 8. If your date makes a comment about a parsnip that looks like a willy, it's probably because he's got a willy that looks like a parsnip. A man who eats all the free prawn crackers, even though he doesn't like them, is a man who doesn't fear commitment. This is fact, isn't it? Scientifically proven. There we go then. Sorted. If your man eats all the prawn crackers, you've got a keeper. But on the downside, he's a bit of a martyr. So the definition of a martyr is someone who gives their lives for their beliefs. So eating prawns that you don't like is on the same level as killing yourself for your beliefs. It's got to be true though. A man who chucks the bit of gherkin from his burger is a man who pays too much attention to detail. He will notice the solitary leg hair that you missed. I'd like to point out right now that gherkins are fucking disgusting and have no place, no business being in a burger. Listen to the word gherkin. Gherkin. That sounds like a disease. Oh, how you doing? Oh, not bad, I caught gherkin. Oh, how long got left to live? 4 weeks, oh, that sucked. Or, oh, I've caught the gherkin disease, my penis has fell off. I'm loving this. Alright, at some point during the article, there's a little bit of brackets, and it says, scientific fact. Chimps prod their food when they get nervous. Okay, that's been verified. I checked it before it's Googled. And then it goes on to say, men are basically chimps with iPods. You can't argue with that logic, can you? That's just incredible. Wow. And the one that takes the biscuit, the best one, is number 10. A man who doesn't eat his sandwich crust is a man in need of a strong woman. He's been scared of eating crust ever since they made his milk teeth wobble, and the phobia has become embarrassing. Dominate him until he eats a ciabatta loaf. He'll thank you for it. Now, the idea that people have phobias stemming from their childhood and repressed memories that get transferred onto neutral objects like crusts all stems from Freudian's theory, the psychodynamic theory of psychology, one of the greatest leapthroughs and breakthroughs for psychology, one of the models of psychology that almost all kind of psychodynamic, psychoanalytical therapies are based on, has just been destroyed by this pile of shit article. As if a man doesn't already have enough to worry about on a date. First you've got to choose the restaurant, too expensive and then she'll think that you're just showing off, too cheap and then she'll think that you're cheapo. Then when you get to the restaurant you've got to open the door, right? If you open the door first you'll think, oh great, he's a gentleman, chivalry, great. Or she might think, hang on, 21st century, I'm a woman, feminist movement, 60s, fuck off, I can open the door for myself, you chauvinistic pig, right? So you get to the restaurant and the starters come. Worst nightmare, it's prawns and ciabatta bread. You've got a sore tooth, you don't want to eat the crust, it's going to hurt your teeth, but if you don't eat the crust, she'll sit you down and force feed you the ciabatta bread. Worst thing ever. You hate prawns, but you want her to think that you're a commitment kind of person. So you eat all the prawns, but worst nightmare, she's seen you eating all the prawns despite you not liking them, and she now thinks you're a martyr. That's it. Over. But now the burgers come. That's the worst thing, isn't it? You ordered the burger. The burger has gherkins in it. It's more gherkins than it is burger, and you hate it. And worst thing is, you're not even sure if the burger's like cooked. So you start prodding it with your fork, and then you think, fuck, now she thinks I'm an emotional wreck. And all this time whilst this is spinning in your head, you've also got to somehow make polite conversation with her. A man who chucks a bit of gherkin from his burger. I mean, this is that is not going any outtakes. That is too embarrassing.